The star of backyard grilling is definitely the thick-cut grilled tomahawk steak. When you invest in this kind of steak, you want the best way to cook it. Among thick steaks perfect for Instagram, the tomahawk steak is perhaps the most well-liked. Even though there are many who dislike spending money on a bone you won't eat, grilling a tomahawk steak should be on your backyard cooking bucket list. So, first things first, what's a tomahawk steak? A tomahawk steak is a thick-cut ribeye steak with the bone left attached, resembling a tomahawk axe, hence the name. This cut is sometimes likened to the cowboy ribeye or cowboy cut, which means any beefsteak, usually ribeye, over 2 inches thick with a shorter bone part. It's a flavorful steak with plenty of connective tissue within the muscle that adds to its taste during cooking. The marbled fat melts while grilling, enhancing its richness. The tomahawk steak is a bone-in, thick-cut ribeye steak where the butcher leaves a significant portion of the rib bone attached. It's a rich steak with a lot of intermuscular connective tissue that translates into flavor as it cooks. The marbled fat renders while grilling, giving it a rich, bold flavor. And so, what's the best way to cook it? For optimal outcomes, employ a 2-zone grilling arrangement, wherein the hot coals are positioned on a single side of the grill. Aim for an ambient internal temperature of 500 degrees Fahrenheit for the grill. The objective is to swiftly sear both sides of the tomahawk steak, followed by completing the steak to your preferred internal temperature on the cooler indirect side. But before then, we need to prepare a few things first. This tomahawk steak recipe emphasizes simplicity to highlight the incredible beef flavor. For the best results, use a beef seasoning without any sugar. The dry rub. Our beef seasoning boasts savory and spicy herbal notes. Alternatively, you can opt for a straightforward SPG rub composed of kosher salt, coarse black pepper, and granulated garlic. Please note though, it's not the same thing as garlic powder. For the binder, adding a touch of olive oil to the steak is an option to help the seasoning adhere. As for the steak, an excellent steak will exhibit desirable marbling. Check for white intramuscular lines, indicating a high-quality cut. To get the steak ready, the top method is to season it before grilling. Put a generous amount of seasoning on the tomahawk steak on a baking sheet the night before you want to grill it. Cover it with plastic wrap and keep it in the fridge for the seasoning to soak in. The majority of the flavor comes from the salt as it mixes with the meat cells. This adds in achieving a good crust when it's seared. This is what I'm talking about. Now, make sure you've got strong, long tongs on hand. These hefty tomahawk ribeye steaks carry weight, and using reliable tongs makes grilling much simpler. An accurate instant read thermometer is essential for this one. You definitely don't want to overcook this valuable steak. You can always go for the ThermoWorks Thermopin 1. For a charcoal grill, lump charcoal enhances flavor if you're not reverse searing. The additional flavor it provides is really worthwhile. If you're cooking on a pellet grill, you're gonna require some grill grates to effectively radiate heat and achieve a sear that matches the excellence of this beef cut. Now, let's jump into the action. But before then, hit that subscribe button and like the video, cause you're about to become the BBQ star you've always wanted to be. Grilling the tomahawk steak. Grilling is the top choice for cooking a tomahawk steak due to the bone's space requirement. This involves our 2-zone technique, starting on a hot grill directly over the flames, and then completing the process indirectly to achieve a steak that reaches your desired temperature perfectly. However, if you happen to possess a smoker, beginning with a slow smoke for flavor and then concluding with a rapid high heat sear is an exceptional approach to attain a remarkable blend of taste and texture. Once the grill reaches the correct temperature, position the tomahawk directly over the heat on the grill grates. Turn the bone so it faces the cooler side and shut the lid. Now grill that puppy for about 5 minutes or until you spot appealing grill marks. Turn the steak over and proceed to grill over the direct heat for about 4 to 5 minutes or until you achieve your desired color. But make sure you stay near the grill as the steak's fat content might lead to flare-ups. After searing both sides of the steak, shift it to the cooler side of the grill. Keep grilling it for about 10 minutes and then turn it over. Continue grilling for an extra 6 to 10 minutes or until the internal temperature reaches 120 degrees Fahrenheit for rare, as measured by a reliable instant read thermometer. Once that beautiful steak hits 120 degrees, take it off the grill and place it on a cutting board, lightly covered with aluminum foil, for about 10 minutes. Now, keep in mind though, carryover cooking will happen, causing the steak's internal temperature to rise by another 5 degrees Fahrenheit. And here's a chef's note for you since you've stayed up to this point in the video. Turning the steak over during the indirect cooking ensures even cooking on both sides. While not mandatory, skipping the flip might result in one side of the thick steak cooking to a higher temperature than the other. Alright, moving on. How do you cut a tomahawk steak? For slicing this steak, it's crucial to employ a long, sharp-edged knife. Please, avoid using a short or dull knife as it would only result in inelegant cutting of this valuable slice of meat. Also, remember to cut against the grain. Upon close inspection of your cooked steak, you'll notice the orientation of the meat fibers. To achieve tender and uniform slices, ensure you cut precisely on a diagonal angle across the fibers. As the flames of culinary curiosity flicker within you, you're now armed with the knowledge to wield that spatula like a grilling virtuoso. From mastering the art of the two-zone grilling dance to executing the perfect sear. And remember, it's not just a steak on the grill, it's a symphony of flavors, a sizzle of satisfaction, and an experience worth savoring. So, as you wield that sharp-edged knife, let your newfound expertise carve your path to gastronomic greatness.